Hi guys! Kindly follow me on my Facebook page and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you! So in this video, we will talk about one of the lessons for grade 9 mathematics, and that is about graphing quadratic functions and analyzing the effects on its graph. So let's consider this given graph or parabola. Any function that can be written in the form y equals ax squared plus bx plus c is called a quadratic function. So kapag ang given equation ay may highest exponent na 2, that is called as the quadratic function. Its graph is called a parabola. So ito, ang curve na ito, ang tinatawag nating parabola. Consider the graph of the given quadratic function. So ito ay graph ng y equals x squared. Pwede din graph ng y equals y equals 2x squared, y equals negative 2x squared, and y equals x squared minus x minus 6. So in this given graph, ito yung tinatawag nating formula. Yung line sa gitna, iyon yung nagdi-divide sa parts o sa two parts ng parabola natin at iyon ang tinatawag nating axis of symmetry. Ang intercepts na ito, since nag-fall siya sa eksaktong x-axis, iyon yung tinatawag nating x-intercepts. Kapag naman nag-fall sa saktong y-axis, iyon yung tinatawag nating y-intercept. And then, ang dulo na ito o ang tip na ito ng parabola natin, iyon naman yung tinatawag nating vertex. So, ito yung iba-ibang halimbawa ng graph of a quadratic function or yung tinatawag nating parabola. Pwede siyang upward, pwedeng ganito lang siya kaikli, pwedeng downward and then wide, pwedeng narrow, katulad ng mga ito, at downward and then hindi siya sobrang wide. The domain of a quadratic function is the set of real numbers. So, ano-ano ba yung mga real numbers? Pwede siyang maging fraction, decimal numbers, pwedeng whole numbers, positive or negative. So, iyon yung ating mga real numbers. At iyon yung bumubuo sa domain. The range depends on whether the parabola opens upward or downward. If it opens upward, katulad ng mga halimbawa na pinakita ko kanina, the range is the set y such that y is greater than or equal to k. If it opens downward, then the range is the set y such that y is less than or equal to k. So, tandaan ang mga terms na yan, mamaya magagamit natin yan sa pag-graph ng ating function. The vertex of the parabola is the point hk. It is the minimum point of the parabola if a is greater than 0 and maximum point of the parabola if a is less than to 0. The axis of symmetry of the parabola is the vertical line x equals h and also divides the parabola into two equal parts. The x-intercept is determined by setting y equals 0 and then solving for x. On the other hand, the y-intercept is determined by setting x equals 0 and solve for y. The function y equals ax squared plus bx plus c has two distinct x-intercepts if b squared minus 4ac is greater than 0, only one x-intercept if b squared minus 4ac is equal to 0, and no x-intercept if b squared minus 4ac is less than 0. Again, i-recall natin, kapag sinabing b squared minus 4ac, iyon yung tinatawag nating discriminant. So, mamaya malalaman natin kung ang given function o quadratic function ba ay may x-intercept o wala o may dalawang x-intercept by solving the discriminant. So, let's have the first example, y equals negative 2x squared. So, let us use this given graph. So, as you can see, we have the given parabola. And then, let us complete this given table or column. We have the contents domain, range, opening of the parabola, vertex, axis of symmetry, x-intercept, and the y-intercept. So for the domain, katulad ng tinakal natin kanina, domain is the set of all real numbers. So palaging ganyan yung ating isusulat sa domain. And then sa range, paano natin malalaman yung range? So pagbasehan natin yung given graph, since ang opening of the parabola or yung ang parabola natin ay downward, therefore, gamitin natin yung kanina na may y such that y is less than or greater than or equal to k. So, since yung ating given function ay walang k, meaning the range will be y such that y is less than or equal to 0. Less than or equal ang ating symbol sa range dahil downward ang ating parabola, and then 0 yung k dahil walang nakalagay na k sa ating given quadratic function. Next, the opening of the parabola is downward, since pataob yung ating parabola, and then the vertex has the formula of hk. Since wala tayong h at k dito sa ating formula, therefore the vertex is 0, 0. And then dito sa ating parabola or sa graph natin, makikita natin na ang vertex ay nag-lie sa mismong origin. At ang ordered pair ng origin ay 0, 0. Next is the axis of symmetry. Kapag sinabing axis of symmetry, iyon yung x equals h. Ito yung axis of symmetry natin, yung gitna. So, x equals, since wala ulit tayong given na h dito, therefore, the axis of symmetry is equal to 0. And then, let us now find the x-intercept. By substituting 0 to y, so 0 equals negative 2x squared. And then, kapag ginamitan natin ito ng formula for the discriminant, which is b squared minus 4ac, at dahil ito ay monomial lamang, meaning, hindi natin makukumpleto yung ating equation, therefore, the x will be equal to 0. And then, the y-intercept, again, by substituting 0 to x para makuha natin yung y, kaya magiging y equals negative 2 times 0 squared. So, 0 times 0, since 0 squared, so 0 times 0 is 0, times negative 2, so y is also equal to 0. Because lahat ng minumultiply sa 0 is always equal to 0. So, kumpleto na yung ating graph para sa given quadratic function na y equals negative 2x squared. Another example, given y equals to x squared minus 4x plus 4. So, transform first this into vertex form o yung tinatawag nating y equals a times the quantity of x minus h squared plus k. So, ayan, meron na tayong h at meron na rin tayong k. So, i-transform natin ang quadratic function na ito sa vertex form para madali natin malaman ano ba yung k, ano ba yung a, ano yung h at x. So, we have the given formula o recall natin yung formula ng h at yung formula ng k. So, let us substitute h, the value of b and a for us to find the value of h. So, h equals negative b over 2a. Kailangan nare-recall nyo or memorize nyo ang formula na ito para madali nyo masagutan yung mga sunod na lesson. So, let us now substitute the given values. So, h equals negative times the quantity of negative 4 dahil negative 4 ang value ng b over 2 times 2 because the value of a here is 2. Next is to simplify. Kaya magiging h equals positive 4 over 4 because negative times negative 4 is positive 4. 2 times 2 is 4. So, since kayang i-divide ang 4 sa 4, so the value of h is positive 1. Next is the value for k. K equals 4 times 2 times 4 minus negative 4 squared over 4 times 2. 4, and then ang value ng a is 2, the value of c is 4, and then ang value naman ng b is negative 4. Ganon din sa denominator. So let us now simplify. 4 times 2 times 4 is 32, because 4 times 2 is 8, times 4 is 32, and then minus negative 4 squared is positive 16. 4 times 2 is positive 8. So let us now subtract the numerator. So k equals 16 over 8. Again, kayang i-divide ang 16 sa 8, so the value of k is 2. Remember, ang nakuha nating value ng h is 1, and then k is positive 2. So, gamitin na natin yon sa ating given table. And then, y equals 2 times the quantity or times x minus 1 quantity squared plus 2. So, tinranspose natin ang quadratic function na ito sa vertex form. So, yung a ay 2, yung x ay x pa rin, minus yung nakuha nating h is 1, and then squared, and then yung nakuha nating k is positive 2. So, ito na yung ating vertex form. So, let us now continue our equation and graph for the given quadratic function y equals to x squared minus 4x plus y. So, let us have this graph. So, ito yung graph ng ating given. So, kung mapapansin nyo, ito yung ating parabola. Let us complete this given table. Domain, range, opening of the parabola, vertex, axis of symmetry, x-intercept, and the y-intercept. Again, the domain is the set of all real numbers. Next is for the range. So, as you can see, upward yung ating parabola. Therefore, the range is y such that y is greater than or equal to 2. Saan natin nakuha yung greater than or equal? Ito ay dahil upward yung ating parabola. Kapag downward yan, ang gagamitin natin is less than or equal. And then yung 2, iyon yung value na nakuha nating k kanina. Next, the opening of the parabola is upward. The vertex has the formula of hk. So, ano ba yung nakuha nating h at k kanina? So, that is 1, 2. So, ang vertex ng ating parabola dito ay nag-lie sa intersection ng x-coordinate na 1 at sa y-coordinate na 2. So, tama yung ating solution kanina dahil ito yung vertex ng given parabola. Next is the axis of symmetry. Have the equation x equals h. Ano yung h na nakuha natin kanina? So, that is 1. So, the axis of symmetry is x equals 1. And then, the x-intercept, let us assume or substitute 0 to y. So, magiging 0 equals to x squared minus 4x plus 4. Again, gamitin natin yung discriminant formula na b squared minus 4ac. So, kapag kinompute nyo yon, the value of x or there is no x-intercept. Dahil magiging hindi real number yung kalalabasang sagot. And then, the y-intercept, substitute the value of 0 to the variable x. So, magiging y equals 2 times 0 squared minus 4 times 0 plus 4. So, 2 times 0 squared is 0. Negative 4 times 0 is 0. So, the value of y-intercept is positive 4. So, last example, given y equals x squared minus 2x minus 3. Again, transform into y equals a times x minus h quantity squared plus k, or yung tinatawag nating vertex 4. So, let us find the values of h and k using the formulas or their formulas. So, let us now substitute the values for h. So, h equals negative times negative 2 over 2 times 1 because the value of b here is negative 2, the value of a is positive 1. So, let us now simplify. Kaya magiging h equals 2 over 2 because negative times negative 2 is positive 2, 2 times 1 is 2. So, kaya pang i-divide ang 2 sa 2, so magiging value ng h is positive 1. Next is for the value of k. Kaya magiging 4 times 1 times negative 3 minus negative 2 squared over 4 times 1. Again, fix na yung ating 4 para sa formula ng k. A is equal to 1, C is negative 3, B is negative 2, palagi po siyang minus dito because of the formula, over 4 times the value of A again is 1. So, let us now simplify. 4 times 1 times negative 3 is negative 12, and then minus negative 2 squared or negative 2 times negative 2 is positive 4, over 4 times 1 is 4. So, since tulad ng sign ng 12 at 4 dito which is negative, so pagsamahin natin yung dalawang negative, kaya magiging k equals negative 16 over 4. So let us now divide these two numbers. So the value of k is negative 4. So the vertex form of this given quadratic function is y equals x minus 1 quantity squared minus 4. Because the value of h is positive 1, yung negative ay nakuha natin sa formula, and then the value of k is negative 4, so yung plus k ay napalitan ng minus 4. Okay, again, our given quadratic function is y equals x squared minus 2x minus 3. Paano kung wala pa tayong given na graph or parabola katulad ng mga, o hindi katulad ng mga nauna nating example? So, ang gagawin natin is to use the table of values for x and y, and then lagyan natin yung x ng real numbers na 0, 1, 2, and 3, and then we will find the values of y para makumpleto natin yung apat na ordered pairs at iyon yung gagamitin natin mamaya sa pag-graph or para malaman natin yung given parabola. So, if x is equal to 0, then let us substitute the value of x na 0 sa ating equation or function. So, magiging y equals 0 squared minus 2 times 0 minus 3. Again, yung mga variable x natin sa ating function ay pinalitan natin ng 0 for us to find the ordered pair for y and x, which is 0. So let us simplify. Y equals 0 minus 0 minus 3 because 0 squared is 0, negative 2 times 0 is negative 0 or 0 only, and then minus 3. So the value of y, if x is 0, is negative 3. So, let us write negative 3 here. Ayan. So, kompleto na o meron na tayong isang ordered pair. Next, if x is equal to 1, then y equals 1 squared minus 2 times 1 minus 3. And then simplify, y equals 1 squared is 1, negative 2 times 1 is negative 2, minus 3. And then, the value of y will be 1 minus 2 is negative 1, minus 3. And then, the final value of y will be negative 4. And then, ilalagay natin ang negative 4 sa baba ng 1. So, meron na tayong pangalawang ordered pair. Next, if x is equal to 2, then y equals 2 squared minus 2 times 2 minus 3. The resulting equation will be y equals 4 minus 3. 4 minus 4 is 0, and then bring down natin yung negative 3. So, the value of y, if x is equal to 0, is negative 3. Ayan. And then the last, if x is equal to 3, then y equals 3 squared minus 2 times 3 minus 3. 3 squared is the shortcut for 3 times 3. So, magiging y equals 9 minus 6 minus 3. So, 9 minus 6 is 3 minus 3. So, the value of y is 0. And then, iyon yung ipapartner natin sa x-coordinate natin na 3. Ayan. Kompleto na ang ating table of values. So, pwede na tayo mag-graph. So, let's have this given table of values. So, yung given function natin kanina ay ginawa natin vertex form. So, ito yon. So, alam nyo na kung paano gagawin yung vertex form. So, let us have this graph wherein kailangan may label the x and y axis. So, let us now plot the points. 0, negative 3. So, since 0 ang x, doon tayo magpa-plot ng point sa eksaktong y coordinate, which is negative 3. So, dito yon. So, let us plot the point. And then next, 1, negative 6, positive 1 of x, and negative, 1, negative 4, 1, negative 4, so positive 1 of x and negative 4 of y. So, dito tayo magpa-plot ng point. And then, 2, negative 3, positive 2 of x and negative 3 of y. Ayan. And then, last, 3, 0. So, 3 yung x natin, and then, y is 0. So, dito tayo magpa-plot ng point. And then, let us now connect the dots using for us to answer this given column. So, let us now connect the dots. So, ayan yun ang form nating parabola dahil pwede pa natin i-extend yung given lines or parabola. So, let us complete this table using our graph. So the domain, set of all real numbers. And then the range, since ang ating parabola ay upward, therefore the range is y is less than, y such that y is greater than or equal to negative 4. Ito ay dahil, paano naging greater than or equal? Dahil upward ang ating parabola. And then negative 4, iyon yung nakuha nating value ng k. And then, the opening of the parabola is upward. The vertex, as you can see, ang vertex natin ay ito. Or may formula na hk. Ang h natin ay negative 1 at ang k natin ay negative 4. So, that is the vertex. Positive 1 pala dahil ang ating vertex form ay x minus positive h. So, the h is positive 1. So, ito yung 1 or h, and then yung k natin ay negative 4. So, tama yung ating graph at tama din yung value ng ating vertex. Next, the axis of symmetry is x equals h. Again, ang nakuha nating value ng h kanina ay positive 1. Therefore, the axis of symmetry is x is equal to 1. X-intercept by using the formula of the discriminant or substituting 0 for the y. So, the x-intercepts using the substitution for y which is 0 or gagamitin yung discriminant will be, meron tayong dalawang x-intercepts. First is the negative 1 and the second one is the positive 3. Dahil kung mapapansin yung x-intercept natin ay yung dot kung saan tumama mismo sa sa x-axis, So, ito yung negative 1 at positive 3. So, meron tayong dalawang x-intercept. And then, for the y-intercept, pwede natin gamitin ang pagsasubstitute ng 0 sa mga x. So, magiging ganito yung ating solution or pwedeng tingnan lang natin yung nagawa nating graph. So, kung mapapansin nyo, meron tayong nag-intersect sa mismong y-axis. So, iyon yung ating y-intercept, which is yung negative 3. So, kapag sinolve naman natin itong equation, y equals negative 3. So, tama yung ating graph. And that is the graph for the given quadratic function. So, i-summarize na natin ang ating natutunan about the graphing and analyzing the graph of quadratic function. So, the domain of quadratic function is the set of real numbers. If it opens upward, the range is the set y such that y is greater than or equal to k. If it opens downward, then the range is the set y such that y is less than or equal to k. So, para malaman nyo ang k at ang value ng h, kailangan i-form muna natin sa vertex form yung ating quadratic function. The vertex of the parabola is the point hk. The axis of symmetry of the parabola is the vertical line x equals h. The x-intercept is determined by setting y equals 0 and then solving for y. And the y-intercept is determined by setting x equals 0 and solve for y. Or pwede nyong gamitin yung discriminant na b squared minus 4ac para madali nyong malaman kung meron ba tayong makukuhang x-intercept or wala. So sana ay may natutunan kayo tungkol sa pag-graph ng quadratic function. Thank you for watching. If you have questions or suggestions, feel free to comment below. Enjoy learning mathematics. God bless us all.